Hi friends, today's video we are going to talk about your IBS paper which came in September 25 exam, and specific discussion is on AFM and the SCPM part. Now when I look at the paper and the reaction of the students, I think it is quite natural. This was the reaction. Toughest paper. Many felt that this was the toughest paper which they could have seen. I've gone through the paper and I agree to your views. The paper was extremely tougher. More than tougher, it was the length of the paper. It is a very lengthy paper, and that is why it becomes difficult for students. In this video, first I'll discuss the September 25 paper, and then maybe some pointers from my side for your Jan 26 and the later paper. I feel success in this paper, because the problem is you could be a student doing only group 2, or you could be a student doing both the groups may be still relatively okay, but if you're doing only one group, that is your group 2 and group 1 is cleared, you lose touch with the subject. It becomes very difficult for those set of students. So one, it was a toughest paper, but let me be very clear. AFM and the SCPM part was easy, or at worst I'll say moderate. It was in fact easy according to me. It's not because I am the teacher for the subject and I'm saying it is easy. I will show you where the questions came from. Exact questions are there in ICI study mat. So the paper was on the easier side as far as this two areas concerned, but because of the huge length of the paper, you find it very difficult. I'll also be giving you the answers for those questions, but otherwise I'm not very sure on the DT part or on the IDT part or on the FR part. So, but AFM and the SCPM part was easy or moderate and can be managed. And I think this together is 40 marks. So, if someone succeeds in this part, automatically it is taken care. But the challenge, you've done only group 2. Group 1 you did not study. Then AFM part becomes difficult. SCPM as such students ignore it. I think success in IBS is going to be through your SCPM and law. If you law, I'm not sure how many marks the exam paper came and whether, but SCPM part success all depends on how you prepare for the subject, because when you do your SCPM, when you do your the SPOM exam, self-paced exam, people don't pay that much attention. Now let us look at the suggested answers, where the questions came from, how you could have answered it, and how it could have become simpler for you. Let's look at this. These are the answers. Case study 1, I could not see any SCPM or AFM question. Case study 2, I'm not even reading the case study. All that is of no use because it is a time consuming case study. There was a question 2.3. It was a 2-mark question. I may show you the question, which was on, it's a lengthy case study, very lengthy kind of a case study. But this was the question. Always for SCP, for the your integrated studies, please read the questions first and then read. How will you categorize the use of AI powered robotic arms from the viewpoint of their customer? Now, in order to answer this, a student should know what is transformation, what is disruptive innovation, what is automation, and what is advanced manufacturing. Two things: either you use your institute study material. If you are not using that, if you are using my material, then everything is classified properly here. It is in chapter 5. First point is changing business environment, digital technologies, internet. There is a point on automation. Automation refers to the technology that autonomously performs tasks traditionally performed by human, minimizes human input. Types of automation is given. Some examples are given for you to understand, and along with that there is an information even on the disruption side, which is presented in this concept itself. So if you are okay with what are these transformation, disruption, some examples are there. If you understand this or quickly read it when you are solving the question, you will be in a position to answer this. The solution according to me is automation, because here we were trying to replace some of the human task with the machine. Is it an easier one? Maybe little challenging one. This MCQ I can say little challenging one. Next, question 2.7, which was, I feel, was the easiest of the lot. If you are financial advisor, advise under what circumstances suggestion of CFO is feasible. Which method will you decide about the suggestion of CFO? Whether any extra interest cost is involved in such exercise. Now, what did the CFO advise? The CFO advises here. The challenge is very lengthy. CFO wanted feasibility study to explore the refunding option. Capital structure of KL includes your various things called corporate bonds, maturity period, external credit rating has improved, and because of which we have to analyze whether bond refunding is to be done or not. Bond refunding is an area which you do in SCPM, which you do in AFM. You do problem solving. Now, if you were smarter, knowing what is bond refunding, you could have just copy pasted this from Institute Study Mat, and along with that, you could have altered to the questions requirement. This is a straightforward direct copy pasting a solution with some subtle changes you could have made. They wanted if what whether the feasible, what method is calculating NPV, and any extra interest. Yes, there's something called as an overlapping interest which can be incurred. I'll give you the suggested answer text from your ICI study material, and I've customized the answer according to the question. So 7 marks of case study 2 could have been handled. This 5 mark is a relatively easier one. Then comes the case study 3. Case study 3. This there was this area called something called as this table: growth component, price recovery component, and productivity component, and some information around this. Unfortunately, you will not be able to answer this unless you are aware how these works. What is the effect of product differentiation in industry market? This is again that exact question in ICI study mat is there, and if you go through my concept book, page 360 of the concept book, page 360 of the concept book, exact question is there. You see the question here, and then you solve it. Growth component, price recovery component, and productivity component. We did this even in our classes when we did this area. If you are confident about this area, you would have secured a 2 marks, easy 2 marks in exam. In fact, this was the MCQ I had added. What is the operating income due to market size, due to product differentiation? Exact question came in exam. And this is not my question, okay? It is ICI study mat question only. I had drafted it. So here the solution is like this. Your overall income increased by 132 lakh due to increase in market size, and 418 lakh due to product differentiation. Growth component was given in the question. The growth component increases 300 lakh. In this growth component, you will have to bifurcate the growth component into market size. Market size is 4%. Of the 4 lakh increase, 4% is 1,76,000, and balance is your 44 lakh into 4%, is market size factor, 1,76,000 pieces, and balance is due to market share, which is called product differentiation. I'm not discussing much answer and all. I'm just telling you that in case you had looked at the study mat properly, you could have answered this. So 1,76,000 pieces is due to market size. 300 is equal to 4 lakh. 1,76,000 is equal to 132. This is market size, and 168 will become market share, which is product differentiation. And there is a price recovery. Any extra you charge due to higher price recovery is also part of product differentiation. So this 2 mark student could have answered it. Then came another question, question 3.6. Question 3.6, which was on an area called triple bottom line, which is called people, planet, and profit. Again, if you are gone through my concept book or ICI study material, this is covered in page 210 of the concept book. Why I keep saying about concept book is this is easier for you to search during exam. If you go through concept book, it is easier for you to search during the exam. So here you will see the triple bottom line: environment, social, economic, and then we take up relevant points from the case study. If you look at the case study, there were relevant points. In profit, there was something on revenue growth, cost reduction, operating income, return on asset, efficiency, everything related to economic performance, people doing for the society, community impact, training farmers, employing local workforce, HR program. All these were related to people. Planet is taking care of environment, sustainability initiative, organic cotton, rainwater harvesting, sewage treatment, waste diversion, trees planting. All this will come under the category of planet. This I feel student could have secured easily 3 marks. For 2 to 3 marks can be secured in this area. Even 4 marks can be secured. So this is, you don't write exactly what is there in study mat. They want according to the requirement of the question. Then 3.7, 3.7, which is on hedging. Exact question is there in your institute study material. So hedging part, exact question, same question as question number 87 of question bank edition 3, also there in institute study material. Now students keep cribbing saying that no, it is a tough paper. I am not saying no to it. Here, this was the question. If you are aware of the hedging part, I have an exposure of 2,50,000 pounds. If I go through forward contract into 116.7, if I go through money market hedge, I have a foreign currency asset, create a foreign currency liability which will mature to 2,50,000. So 2,50,000, you would have done all this in AFM, divided by the foreign currency borrowing rate. That will tell you the amount to be borrowed. Convert that into INR at the spot rate, earn interest income in India, and that will give you the maturity value. Option contract, we are having foreign currency asset and I'm going to sell pounds. In order to sell pounds, we are going to take a put option. In order to sell pounds, we are going to take a put option. Again, my focus is predominantly on quick discussion. Focus is on taking a put option. Put option at a strike price of 116. Premium is 1.6. If it's 114, I'll sell it. Do you want to sell at 116 when the price is 114? Answer is yes. So here I will go with 116, 116, 116, 118 is 118. Then multiply with the probability. This is my total inflow. Deduct the premium paid and interest on premium. And last is no hedge scenario where 116, 114, 116, 118 is taken as it is. Again, I feel this you should secure marks, full marks. I don't see any marks getting deducted in the 6 mark. Solid you could have got. Only problem is one, student who do single group, very difficult. Student who do both the group also, many times they feel forex can be left in choice and all. No, it doesn't work. I've been looking at the last 2-3 attempt paper and forex is tested extensively in IBS part. Wherever they are testing, they're testing forex part. This is on your case study. Case study 4, one was on the pricing strategy. Question number 4.3 SCPM part. In your opinion, motorbikes as followed. What type of pricing for powerhouse? Now, pricing strategy for powerhouse is asked. If you see, this is covered in my concept 21 of page 136. Concept book, very critical. Page 136, concept 21. Pricing of new products. There's a revolutionary product, evolutionary product, me too product, and our pricing strategies. There is a skimming strategy, penetration strategy, and in the examples, if you see, you will see premium pricing being there. Premium pricing being there in the given case study. What is skimming and penetration will come whenever a new product is introduced for the industry as a whole. So here premium pricing would be an ideal answer. I hope ICI takes that. They may take even skimming, but premium is what I feel is the answer. This I can say as moderate. I can say as moderate because maybe answer can change. Then question 4.7. Again, a question which is there in ICI study mat. It is there in ICI study mat. I can show you the question 51 of our question bank. I'm showing you my question bank. My question bank is not anything different and all. Whatever is there in ICI study mat only will be there in my question bank also. So I'll show you in my question bank so that you get a comfort that uh, what type of questions are coming in this area. This was the question earlier I had said. This question came for the earlier forex question, and this is on the hedging part. Question 51. Yeah, this is the question. JKL Limited has an export exposure. These are the rates. We believe it can calculate the expected loss based on the estimated rates. If hedging is not done, justify the decision to take forward cover even if the actual rates happens to be as follows. Make calculation in N. So here instead of giving N, they have given, and you will see my calculation exactly done the same way. One is as per the current spot rate, what will happen? Second, as per the expected spot rate. Third, as per the forward rate. Fourth, as per the actual spot rate. And this is the loss or profit calculation. Again, I feel you should secure full marks in this. You should secure full marks in this. AFM portion was very, very simple. You should secure full marks. SCPM, at least I can understand sometimes, but AFM is full marks. SCPM also, some questions full marks. Some analysis based question can be little challenging. Next is so here you had an exposure of 300 lakhs Naira into INR per Naira, INR per USD into USD per Naira. They had given original rate. So if you collect today, it is 18 lakh. As per my expectation, it is 1593,750. If I take a forward contract 1664, so 18 lakh compared with 1593 is expected loss if hedging is not done. If you do hedging, expected loss is 18 lakh and 1664, and forward cover comparison is 1664 and 1621. People who have done AFM will understand all these questions very easily. Otherwise, it could be a challenge. Porter's five forces model. First, you should know the model. Model has bargaining power of buyers, suppliers. Again, this is there in my concept book, page 23. I try to cover it in simple bullet points, and this is the customized answer to the case study. Threat of new entrant, there is low because of high barriers. Threat of substitute is also low. Bargaining power of buyers is medium. Bargaining power of suppliers is medium. Rivalry among existing competitors is low. This is what I feel is the various points which could come in your Porter's five forces model. Then came case study 5, where question 5.2, again a very simple question. This question you could have seen when we had done mergers and acquisition, and along with this, based on this was question 5.2, which is on what is the earnings per share in case merger goes through. So we had acquiring company, target company, and total. This format we used to put PAT, number of share, EPS. PAT merges itself together. EP, number of shares we are going to issue in the ratio of market price, which is market price is 75/50. So 50 is to 75 is the ratio, and accordingly you get this. This could have been handled. Then there was a question on balance scorecard. Balance scorecard, again in the theory you will understand there is a financial perspective. This is from the concept book, available in my concept book, concept of balance scorecard. If I go to the concept book, what you can see in my concept book is every chapter. If I go, there is a broad summarization by ICI. So balance scorecard is covered in this, and you will see a bullet point with the balance scorecard. So we will go to the balance scorecard, read about it, and then try to answer it. And some examples will be there below that, which can also assist you, because SCPM you find it little difficult. I would suggest you go through this concept book. So certain examples, financial means improve ROI, increase sales, customer, internal, learning and growth. Certain points are given for every perspective. And from the case study, I decide that there were some multiple points. Point number 1, contributing revenue and earnings, financial perspective, customer satisfaction, customer perspective, then satisfying customer requirement is customer, net earnings is financial, employee capabilities, learning and growth or innovation, thought leadership is not exactly related to it. So 1, 2, 3 and 5 could be the right answer. Question 5.6 is a question on area of standard costing. I know that you could have again struggled with this. Reason is very simple, because you would not have paid that much attention. This question is also there in study mat and also there in my book. If you look at the book, I had released in the book itself certain questions. We could not cover it in the main concept book, so we had given extra questions. This is the exact problem. You will not see any difference between that and this. And exact same question solving I have done, and I have added it in the solution. Exact same question is there. To put it very simply, paper is difficult, but 40 marks could have been handled in a smart manner by you. If you had handled this 40 marks in a smart manner, then obviously other parts of the paper could have become easier. Few advice from me now. What can be your strategy for the IBS paper? These are my points. IBS paper strategy. Don't, okay, carry institute study material for every subject. Institute study material for every subject, including SCPM and law. This is point number one. Carry one reference book. If you are at all you're using any reference book, don't carry anything beyond this. Don't carry that whole suitcase and all. No use. Carry one reference book. Carry institute study material for every subject, including SCPM and law. Don't carry anything beyond this. Please, my strict suggestion to you, don't try to carry anything extra beyond this. Just carry these things to your exam. Okay. Then look at the paper and read requirements first. Read requirements first and see which subject is it from. Is it from SCPM? Is it from AFM? Is it from law? Is it from which subject it is? Please look at that. Now, for AFM, please use a good concept book. You can use mine or any other author you are comfortable. In my concept book, you will see every point being covered separately. People who have used my concept book will know. So you can technically, I'll show you my concept book. You can follow one concept book, anything which you are comfortable with, any concept book which is comfortable for you, where the concepts are covered. So like this, I have covered my concept book topic. There is an index which is given at the beginning. So here, different areas you can see, and then you can go to the question bank and see the answer. So use a good concept book, and please go through the concept book before your exams, not one day before exam. AFM, you should spend AFM spend around 40 hours minimum, around 40 hours minimum, to get used to various areas and read about them. Go through various areas of study mat, get yourself familiar with it, prepare your own index. If at all you want to prepare, don't go with index given by anybody else, because once you prepare your own index, it will give you more clarity. So spend around 40 hours minimum on this to get. Now if now is that your IBS does need some amount of effort from your side, because many people feel, now I will not prepare for IBS, doesn't work. This is on the AFM side, and you can pay attention, more importance to more importance to forex and M&A. I see questions coming from this area frequently in exam. Whatever I saw, 4 papers till now: May 24, September 24, May 25, and so May 24, November 24, September, May 25, and this September. More questions were from forex and M&A side. This is on AFM. You will have to use a good quality concept book so that you are able to quickly go through, or a good quality question bank and a concept book. Don't try to search for the same case study. Point number 6, don't use any IBS book. No case study books. Don't waste time on them. It will not serve any purpose, because now with AI being there, ICI doesn't repeat the same case study. They are not repeating the same case study. So please don't waste time on any IBS book, printing a book, buying a book. I was asked to work on an IBS book by few students along with few author. I strictly said no. It just doesn't serve any purpose at all. No purpose at all. Don't waste your time. So don't use any IBS book, no case study book, don't waste time. 7. SCPM. Don't take it as time pass when you write your SPOM exam. Clearing it in a day two and all doesn't serve purpose. Don't take it as time pass. People think it is a time pass. Now, if you are seriously interested in learning SCPM, you can go through my videos. For AFM, you can go through concept videos available free in YouTube. Every chapter it's available free. You can go through the concept videos that can take care. SCPM it's not available free. I have my videos where I cover SCPM in 70 hours. In that 48 hours of concepts are there. Concept and case scenario, two discussions are there. You can need to go through concepts. You will have to go through concepts 48 hours of time. You may feel, why should I spend that much time? My request to you, please spend time on this subject, so that if you spend this 48 hours, and if you can spend another 27 hours, win 75 hours, you will learn the subject once. Once you learn the subject once with good seriousness, you will be in a position to handle the exam well. Because for IBS it is needed. I strongly advise use good quality concept book. I am very confident about my concept book here. My concept book, I have seen all papers till now and it was covered. The concept is covered in the concept book. So if you see the concept book, it starts like this, around 200 pages of concepts with MCQ, 229 pages, and then comes the case scenarios. Then later the case scenarios come, problem solving, concept solving, totally 434. Student says, no, I don't want to do this. Then I can give you another choice. This is freely available. The freely available portion is, there is a SCPM notes. This SCPM notes are summary notes, 71 pages. Only 71 pages of summary notes available. If you want, you go through this once. Go through the summary notes along with ICS. Take printout at least of this and go to exam, and then face your exam. It may help. But summary notes again alone will not be that sufficient. But okay, along with ICS study mat, you can do. So you can use the summary notes or the detailed concept book. If you can spend money, please spend money on a good quality concept book along with ICI study matter. So SPOM, for SCPM, concept book, summary notes, and classes if feasible. Not feasible, ignore it. Not feasible, then please ignore it. In case you face it little difficulty to pay for the classes and all, contact me, see how I can help you around. But it is better to take classes for SCPM. I feel success in your IBS is going to travel through these two papers, AFM and SCPM. I'm not very sure on the others, but AFM SCPM has been easy this attempt. Even the previous attempts, when student felt paper to be difficult, whenever you felt paper to be difficult, ICI has copy pasted exact question, changed the numbers obviously, and it has come in exam. So I feel, if you want to be uh, score good marks on this side, on this subject, then please pay focus on these two papers 100%. Other papers also you'll have to pay focus. I feel you may have to spend FR, it's voluminous, so 50 to 60 hours. If you're doing both the groups, automatically it will be done. You need not do anything again. AFM 40 hours. This is only for students who are doing group 2 alone. Group 2 alone. Both the groups, these two are eliminated. Audit, auditing, maybe around 40 hours. Good quality concept book. Have a good quality concept book for every subject. This is very important. SCPM and law. This is very, very important. SCPM revision phase 20 hours is sufficient, and law I'm not sure, I cannot comment on it, but I feel maybe around 30 to 40 hours could be still needed. If you are doing both the groups, only SCPM and law you should study. No FR, no AFM, no auditing, no DT, no IDT. Don't read anything before the IBS exam. Before the IBS exam, don't read anything. Just focus on SCPM and law. Others, obviously, you will be. But what you need to carry in exam, be very, very clear. All institute study material. Don't try to download anything. Just carry institute study material. Don't new case study released by ICI. Same case study is not repeated. With the advent of AI, ICI will draft new case studies only in exam. Don't try to print so many things and then carry in exam. Don't break your head over all those things. Just carry institute study material and one good quality concept book with the question bank. My subject, I can say my AFM concept book and question bank could be very handy for you. And my SCPM concept book, I have answered everything with my concept book and question bank. That is what I have used. I did not use even the institute study mat, but obviously institute study mat also can come into picture. So this is my strategy for your IBS paper. You can comment what kind of support you will need for IBS and how did you feel on writing the IBS paper. Thank you, friends.